Jamaica's Kerrica Hill and Alexis James dominate their heats in the women's 100-meter hurdles. Welcome back to the channel, people. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time here, thank you for making it Peter Lloyd World. Now go ahead, please hit that subscribe button so we can continue to grow. When you do that, go in and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video drops. We drop a video at least once a day here on Peter Lloyd World. Also, if you enjoy the content, please hit that like button. And finally, leave your thoughts after this sports analysis where we take a look at and we break down the races. So, when you're ready? Yep. Good to go. Jamaica's Kerrica Hill and Alexis James were in fine form in the heat round of the women's 100-meter hurdles under 20 happening there in Colombia. Both ladies shone. Kerrica Hill running in heat number one, running out of lane number 7 in the spectacular black, gold, and green was incredible. Kerrica Hill won in a time of 13.30 ahead of her closest rival who ran 13.54 to take that second position. Hill's technique, as you saw, was flawless, absolutely brilliantly executed, and clearly has a whole lot more in the gas tank and looked quite easy doing so. Then, of course, it was Alexis James. Alexis James was also incredible. The youngster not only was dominant, but scored a new personal record in the heats effortlessly. She was amazing. Running out of lane number 3, Alexis James was in heat number 5. Young Alexis James lowered her personal best to a beautiful and spectacular 13.04 to win her heat, and in fact enters the semifinals with the fastest time. Of course, next to her is Kerrica Hill. Both young ladies executed brilliantly and looked quite easy doing so. In fact, both Kerrica Hill and Alexis James did something that you probably never see in a hurdle race. They eased up before hitting the line. Now, this, of course, is my 2 cents. The tradition we have here in terms of sprint hurdling from before the great Bridget Foster Hilton is well known. Our female hurdlers are spectacular. What makes Kerrica Hill very special is her flat speed and her flawless, I don't know, any of you remember Mortal Kombat? Flawless victory. Her technique is flawless. It's absolutely perfection. And with a flat speed, I believe her personal record is 11.16, which she set at I believe it might have been the ISA Boys and Girls Champs. Yes, I think that's which is also a record for the island in her age group. Makes her a double threat. Brilliant technique and an amazing flat speed runner. 11.17, as you know, for a 16-year-old is a remarkably fast time. This young lady is a super talent, and we've been featuring her here on Peter Lloyd World, both as a hurdler as well as a flat runner, meaning 100-meter sprinter, as well as 200. She's a remarkable talent, and I think should she make it through to the finals, she herself may be the favorite going in. Looking at the heats, and it's kind of hard to tell from the heat, people, because as I've stated to you on many occasions, the job of the heat is to just go through the rounds, make it to the finals, get to the semifinals and then the finals. However, the thing about hurdles though is that unless you're exceptionally good, very few hurdlers can actually take it easy in a hurdle race, because it's about momentum, technique, flat speed, and your steps in between the hurdles. So very few people can do that. Of course, if you go back and look at the race, you realize that Kerrica Hill is one of the very few people who can actually do that. She was brilliant in how she executed, and like I said, she seemed to me by about hurdle number 7 to sort of cut it down. She just allowed her momentum and her technique to get her through, and she won her heat very dominantly and easily. Alexis James, what can I say? There is nothing more that an athlete wants than a personal record. 13.04 now I think makes her technically faster than Kerrica Hill. I'm going to have to double check that, but I'm almost certain that gives her the fastest of the two, and she goes into the finals with the fastest, in the semi-finals, apologies, with the fastest time. Like Kerrica Hill, Alexis James executed a brilliant race, did just enough to get through, but was so far ahead in terms of just her raw technique and flat speed that she dominated quite easily. I think the only other person I saw who may be a threat was a young lady from America, but we'll talk about her maybe in the semi-finals. But both ladies look really, really good, and you all know that we are huge fans here of Kerrica Hill and of Alexis James. Now, we have not featured Alexis James as yet, but we're definitely going to. Very, very talented young ladies. I think we look very good for the hurdles competition, and I'm seeing podium, at least a gold and more than likely a silver medal. We did the same thing in our prediction for Tina Clayton and Serena Cole, and like I said here, it's not about arrogance. All we do is look at the statistics, we look at the numbers, and the numbers almost never ever lies. Now occasionally you might have an outlier, but that is very, very occasionally. So there you have it, two of our finest. Kerrica Hill enters the semi-finals with the second fastest qualifying time of 13.30, and her teammate Alexis James enters with the fastest time and a new personal record, and I am thinking it might actually be a national record. I'm going to go double check this, people, and I'll tell you in the next video. But that 13.04 looked really impressive, and both young ladies have a tremendous amount left in their legs. I mean, they can go way faster. You're talking about sub 13. I'm thinking both of them can do this, and that's not normal for someone 17, 18. That's sub 13 is not easy. Sub 13 is almost like sub 11 in a 100-meter flat. So they look great. I think we look good, and I am thinking at this point that we're looking at a gold and a silver. But of course, we'll have to look at the semifinals and crunch the numbers to let you know. So, of course, I need to say this. This is just my 2 cents. Now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Leave your comments. Remember, you are royals, kings and queens. Keep it locked here to Peter Lloyd World, where we'll keep you updated on what's happening in both sides of the pond. Okay? Bless up!